Hi, my name is Steven and welcome to my channel, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be talking to you today about what motivates me to do what I do. So I wanted to do a video about what motivates me, and specifically what motivates me to try and do new things. So throughout my early life, I've had periods where I just wasn't really motivated to do anything. I really struggled to do challenging things and sustain them over a long period of time. I didn't really have the commitment to see things through and the patience for long-term goals. So what changed for me was a specific event that really changed my mindset at the time. And from that event, I was able to grow and push myself and then eventually recreate those events so I could self-motivate myself. And these self-motivating events have really pushed me to keep doing new things and to challenge myself consistently. And so with my experiences, I hope that I can motivate others and give others a blueprint or a guideline for their own lives, so that you guys can motivate yourselves when you're going through a tough time and requires a lot of long-term focus. So in this video, I'll go over 3 things: why I felt so unmotivated in the first place, what was the trigger event that helped me through this, and how I was able to self-motivate myself through my 30s. And here we go. So why did I feel so unmotivated? So in my late teens, I really didn't have an understanding of where I wanted my life to go. Like most high school students, I really didn't have a direction in my life. And I focused more on playing video games, dating, and then just having fun. The only thing that I knew for certain was what I wanted to major in college. So not only that, I was a little bit sheltered as a kid, so I really didn't know what I didn't know. That means I didn't have a lot of positive role models that I can look up to and ask them questions about what kind of goals are attainable for me, and just generally a blueprint or direction from someone that was successful. So really, this lack of motivation even permeated into my first year of college. So what triggered me to get motivated? So when I was graduating college, I really fell in love with the girl that I met in high school. And so her and I dated a little bit back and forth, and ultimately when I went to college, we kind of broke it off. I had high hopes that I could sustain it. And so for the first year of college, I really put my energy half in studying and half in trying to get the relationship to work. But what ended up happening was she found someone else, and the moment I found out, I was completely devastated. I was so devastated because this was someone that I really was infatuated with. I thought that we were going to be together for long term. So for a couple months afterwards, I felt really discouraged. I didn't know what I was going to do, and it really affected my grades. For that particular quarter, my grades were terrible. And for the first time in my life, my GPA had slipped below a 3. But then during that time, I started to really evaluate what was important to me in my life. Was this girl from high school worth me cratering my studies for? And so I made a commitment to myself to focus completely on my studies. Now, this was a 2-part decision. One was to get my grades up, and the second to give me something to focus on and not just think about her all the time. I vowed for the remainder of my time in college to focus on my engineering degree and get the highest grade that I could. This was a long slog. It was 3 years of intense study, but in the end, I was able to complete my engineering degree and then graduate with honors as well. I learned the benefits of having an intense focus and then having that focus be for a long period of time, in this case, 3 years. Not only was I focused on that one aspect of my life, but it helped me in several other areas as well. I was able to take the lessons of being focused in one area of my life and then apply them in other areas of my life as well. Because for the first time in my life, I felt my brain getting engaged in something. I really felt that my brain opened up to the possibilities of what I could accomplish. I saw other areas of my life as things that I could also improve and focus on, and then over the long term, get better and better at. So really, that one goal helped me in my motivation in other areas of my life. Because even though I was focused on my studies, it pushed my brain to view everything else with more intensity. So for example, I wasn't very social and I had a limited social group. And forcing myself to get better with my grades, I'd be more proactive and intense to find study groups because it would ultimately help me to boost my grades. So I was able to level up my social skills because of those interactions. And I started to see how motivation can have massive benefits in my life. And as I started to get better in school, I started to see how I can motivate myself. So with every class I was passing, I built more and more confidence and more motivation to do better in the future. This gave me endorphins and a feeling of purpose. I started enjoying the process of studying, working hard, and then committing to something long term. Ultimately, I was able to graduate, and then at the apex of that, have this huge relief, a sense of satisfaction of what I accomplished in 3 years if I focus and just put my mind on something. So how am I able to sustain my motivation now? My mind gets really motivated when there's something that I want to accomplish and something that's really challenging to me. So first I start with, does it align with my overall vision? And I'll add a link down in the description below to my previous video, how to create a vision. So I first start with the vision and I figure out if the new goal that I want to do aligns with my vision. This new goal is something that I think about on a regular basis. So I'm always trying to look for new and challenging things to try to stimulate my mind. So this goal can be something that I thought about for maybe 5 minutes or maybe 3 months. It's really something that it's a continuous churn and a process in which I want to focus my mind on something. So once I find this one goal, I think to myself, will I be able to sustain it in the long run? So for most of my goals, the answer is no. I'm just not able to sustain it over a long period of time. This is the filter that really all of my goals have to go through. So there's only a limited amount of time that I personally have, and I can't dedicate my time to all the projects that I actually want to do. So something that really pares down and focuses my attention is something that I can sustain over a long period of time. And it's not easy. There's only been a handful of projects that I've been able to sustain over a long period of time in the last 15 years of my life. It's really given me a kind of confidence that can only come through adversity. And then knowing that I can push through those things and then accomplish it after so long, it gives me a sense that I can accomplish anything that I want as long as I put in the time and effort required. So really, there was 4 main goals that I had in the last 15 years that really pushed me to motivate myself in other areas of my life. Getting better grades in school, dating, building a tiny house, and then also creating a YouTube channel. All of these, including the current goal of creating a YouTube channel, are multi-year projects. These projects have focused my mind and given me a greater purpose in life. I do these things because it energizes me. It gives me a sense of satisfaction, and it gives me more practical skills as well. And really, it gives me a sense of confidence. Tackling something new and then ultimately achieving it is the biggest confidence booster that I can ever find. So there you have it. Those are some of the reasons why I'm so motivated and I'm continuously seeking out new challenges for myself. So starting off being really directionless and unmotivated in life, I found a key trigger event during my most formative years in college. This one event really changed my perspective on what I can accomplish in such a small period of time. It allowed me to focus in on what I truly needed to do, and it blocked out everything else that wasn't important. Once I was able to finish school, I had a massive confidence, a belief in myself that I can accomplish anything over a long period of time. This was something that was completely unique to me, and it gave me the energy to continue trying to seek out big goals in the future. And this really allowed me to know myself better as an individual and also learn an incredible amount of information in a very short period of time. So now this has become a tool in my toolbox. Whenever I'm going through a lull or a period of time where there's not much focus, I start thinking about big, massive goals that I can challenge myself with. Because I know that once I start down the path of challenging myself, I'll find purpose and my intensity and passion will come back. So this is something that I'll keep continuously doing in my life. And as long as I live, I'm gonna keep finding and challenging myself with new ideas and new things to do. And I really hope that this YouTube channel will be a reflection of that in the future. So let me know in a comment down below of what huge massive goal that you've accomplished through hard work and motivation, and if it changed your views on other goals you have in your life. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And I'll see you next time.